Another week, boys, and another TWAB. This week in Destiny, we've been busy. Not only did we launch Destiny 2 into the light, but we also gave you all a sneak peek of what's coming with the final shape. Let's talk a bit about it, shall we? Prismatic summary. Destiny 2 into the light is live. Pantheon starts April the 30th. Heads-up display changes coming with the final shape. Weapon drops rotating soon. Kilts for Kids return. The weekly player support report and the artist of the movie of the week winners. Now, starting with a new subclass is coming. Prismatic is a new subclass arriving with a final shape that will allow Guardians to mix and match some of the most popular Arc, Solar, Void, Stasis, and Strand abilities, combining them to unlock new potential in power and customization. When using Light and Darkness powers, Guardians will be able to break their limits and achieve Transcendence, a new empowerment state only possible through Prismatic. Our latest Dev Insight article focuses on the crazy potential unlocked when mixing Light and Darkness powers. Go read it if you haven't already. So keep in mind, guys, yes, it's a dope looking subclass. And we're going to talk about this in more depth this weekend. I kind of just want to go through each one of the abilities, but there are only certain supers and abilities that we're going to be able to merge together, at least initially. I'm curious to know what is the long-term plan here. Are we going to get eventually everything in the Prismatic class? The question is, if we do get everything in there, what are going to be the reasons to continue focusing, say if you do just go full solar or full void or stasis, right? But again, more on that this weekend when we break everything down. Now go play Destiny 2 Into the Light. On Tuesday, we also shipped Destiny 2 Into the Light, our 2-month-long content update that's open to all players. Hooray, everyone at Bungie is incredibly proud and happy that you all can finally play it. No matter if you're seeking some beloved weapon drops, want to show shacks you can protect the whole last city all by yourself, or are looking to have some fun with friends, there's something here for everyone. We've gathered all you need to know about Destiny 2 Into the Light in one article, so you know what's coming and when. We also added this awesome opening video that ponders the question, what is a Guardian? We know you're all busy answering that as you push back against the forces of the witness. We pulled a few screenshots that should make a good wallpaper material. No lie, guys, this whole scene just...
What is a Guardian? Are we gods? I know tomorrow is bend again and that across our border, pushing back to dream immortal. What?
This looks so good right here. This right here. I think this may be one of the screenshots they got on this. Hopefully they do. That looks really good. Okay, they do. Okay, so they do have this as one of the screenshots. That looks so good. God damn. This is like this gives me almost like Final Fantasy vibes. I guess because you got Fallen Guillotine right here as well. But that is a solid one there. It is gorgeous, man. Oh, and this one looks really good too. Got the tower in the background as well. Now ready to challenge gods. We've already shared some details about Pantheon, the new PvE challenge that will start on April the 30th. It involves not only a gauntlet of raid boss encounters currently available in the game, but also a few twists on how to approach them. We're keeping some details close to the chest, including the list of enemies that you will face. But since you're all eager to know more about it, the goal of Pantheon is to relive those incredible and heroic moments that raids always deliver, while also changing what you can expect from some of the encounters many of you already know so well. Prepare to be nimble, adapt your strategies, or throw them out of the window, and your fire team will find success. Pantheon will increase in scale and difficulty each week, starting with 4 bosses in the first one and growing up to 8 in a row on May the 21st. Each time a new boss is added, the active modifiers will rotate, and the power cap will change, starting with players at 5 power below, all the way up to contest mode equivalent of 20 power. Damn! As difficulty goes up, so does the pool of available rewards. You can get adept raid weapons, deep side versions of raid weapons, and even exotic weapons. Some rewards are weekly and others are linked to pursuits or triumphs like the 4 new emblems, but many will also depend on your performance. We challenge you to complete each encounter before the bonus timer expires to get a platinum score and the greatest rewards. When April 30th arrives, we hope you have trained and prepared yourselves, Guardians. Shacks will have the quests you'll need to start your journey to become a God Slayer. Yeah, that's the title waiting for the champions that conquer Pantheon. What a dope title, dude. Can you imagine taking that into the final shape just for the witness to lay thy balls upon thy forehead? But at least you'll look good, right? Now listen. There have been some leaks about the rewards and the boss lineup. We won't cover it right now. We're going to do it after the TWAB, but we will cover that article, which includes the bosses, the rewards, all that stuff. Again, that will be after the TWABs. Updating the HUD. Today, we also have some news to share about the HUD update coming with the final shape. To that end, we leave you in the capable hands of our UI and UX team. Destiny 2 has over 2,000 player-facing buffs and debuffs in the game that can appear on the HUD. These include things like subclass verbs, armor charge, pervading darkness, or text to help you triangulate a signal on Neomuna. Prior to the final shape, only 4 buffs could be displayed at once. It's terrible. Meaning important buffs were continually being pushed off the screen. With this system, we were asking players to constantly juggle a lot of information in their head. In the worst cases, this limitation could cause players to miss feedback about important activity mechanics that led to teams being wiped, unstable light anyone. That's why, as part of the many quality of life improvements coming with the final shape, we set out with 2 goals to improve the HUD experience. Number 1, visually prioritize important buffs. We promote buffs that matter in the moment and add new locations where they can be spotted more easily. And number 2, increase the number of buffs that can be shown. New locations for buffs appear means more buffs on the screen while not being overly intrusive. So if you saw from the gameplay the other day, guys, it was almost like they had the buffs on the left side and like debuffs on the right side. And I mean, that was like a pre-alpha state. So who knows what it's going to be in its final form. But the point is, more things to see. Now, I'm kind of in the camp of like what we can do in the final shape, or not that in Final Fantasy, where you could fully customize buffs. Because sometimes, like, yes, it's nice having the wall of text next to the buff icon, but it would also be cool if we had the option to get rid of that wall of text and just like if you knew what the icon looked like and just have the icon with the timer and then that's it. You know what I mean? Just to clean it up a bit. Now, new buff channels. In the final shape, we've created 2 new areas in the HUD where modifiers can appear. Critical information channel, top center, weapon channel above the super meter. Oh, okay. Here's a visual of how these are organized on screen in addition to the existing channel where all of the buffs get shown on the left. All right, so you see unstable light here, front and center, which is an important one, right? And then you've got pool of reclaimed light, healing rift. I like it. Okay, let's take a deeper dive into what appears on each of these channels. So critical information. The modifiers that appears here are important for successfully completing the current activity. This includes things like wipe mechanics, roles, for example, Deepstone Crypt's operator role, or other special mechanics in the activity that are beneficial for you to notice. Now you'll see this channel appear in prime real estate underneath your health and shields. Since we want players to focus on only the most important modifiers here, this channel will not display more than 2 modifiers at a time. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Now, weapons. You'll find weapon-related modifiers showing up in the space between the super meter, conveniently close to where weapon information appears. Given the high uptime on a lot of these buffs, we wanted to split them out from competing for space with everything else. So look right here, guys. So no longer you're going to have it there on just the side with everything else. Right next to the weapons. Boom. One for all. One quiet moment. Origin trait proccing. This is amazing. I was expecting more on the left. Like, I thought I was expecting like a wall of text here. You know, normally, I mean, in other games, I would get rid of the text and just keep the icons, but this is pretty clean. I still feel like the HUD is still really clean here. All right, so prioritization. As part of these changes, we made a prioritization pass to help the most relevant buffs and debuffs in the moment stay visible on screen, even when there is a lot going on. Higher priority buffs will push lower priority buffs out of the HUD display. Previously, it was very unpredictable which buffs would get knocked out of your HUD display as more buffs would get added. You'll find buffs generally prioritized within all channels as follows. So highest activity information. These are buffs that guide your play in the activity. We want to make sure players always have this information available. Note that dangerous or otherwise critical activity information will always be shown in the critical info channel. Now, second to second gameplay choices. These are buffs that are required to play your build effectively, such as armor charge or ability cooldowns like tangle cooldown. And then we have the short to medium term gameplay choices. Subclass verbs like amplified, weapon damage buffs, or temporary ability bonuses such as those from aspects and fragments are prioritized this way. And then passive buffs. Passive buffs useful for learning or confirming intuition. Includes ability regeneration buffs and temporary stat boosting buffs. Dude, this is incredible. That's what I'm saying, man. All the things we've gotten, like if there's one thing, which I know this is going into the final shape, but if there's one thing that we really got over the past like year, maybe roughly year and a half, it's been quality of life changes, right? From loadouts in game to Fireteam Finder to now the HUD updates. It feels like what an MMO should feel like. Can you imagine going and doing a raid in your favorite MMORPG, but only seeing 4 buffs or debuffs? And then that's it. There's just like no way you could do that. Now, update to buff appearance. In addition to setting up 2 new channels on the HUD, the team also took a pass at the readability of our buffs and debuffs. Oh, look here. All of our green buffs and red buffs now have a thick line weight on the top or bottom respectively to make them easier for colorblind players to read. Subclass related buffs and debuffs maintain their diamond shape, but they more clearly indicate whether they are a buff or debuff in nature. You actually see it right there. Also, timers now display on the left side of the buff icon. Previously, it was displayed after the buff name. This should make it easier to know when a buff or debuff will expire no matter how long its description might be. That is really nice when you... Hold on, let me scroll back up. Yep. So you got the timer on the left, what it is on the right, icon in the middle. I like it. I like it a lot. And you can see it up close here, guys. I'm talking about the edges here where they have a thicker border right here, right here. Looks good, man. Now, future considerations. As many of you noticed, some footage shown on our April 9th, the Final Shape developer gameplay preview showed an in-development HUD channel that was on the right side of the screen. During development, we got a lot of feedback that this was pulling players' eyes to unfamiliar parts of the screen and that it was too much of a change all at once. That's why we refocused the display in the Final Shape, and we'll evaluate adding another channel in upcoming releases after we have learned more about how players react to the changes announced today. What do you think? What would you want to see on that channel or moved into it? As always, your feedback is invaluable to us and we want to hear it all. So again, on that stream the other day, what they're saying was they had text on the left and then text on the right, and everybody here is pretty much used to seeing stuff on the left, right? And they're saying that there were folks saying that that was pulling their eyes to the right too much, and I can see where that's kind of an issue because your gun, think about what your gun is and stuff. Maybe let's just see how this plays out. I still think that, like, if we could have, and I know this would be like a huge overhaul and maybe even impossible, but if you could do, like, one of my favorite things about Final Fantasy 14 is that you can change your entire HUD. You could put this super up here in the top left. You can put the radar here in the bottom left. You can move all your buffs literally in a row and just this one whole stack. I don't know if that's possible for Destiny, but that would be really cool if they could do that. You could fully customize it. And I never really deviated much from like the base HUD, but there are some people though that are like, I want everything as small as possible. I want everything to be resized where you would literally have to be squinting to see literally everything, but they like that clean HUD look. All right. Now, weapons rotating on June the 4th. As with every new content released in Destiny 2, we're swapping some of the weapons that drop. We already shared some details about the loot pool for the Final Shape, but we don't want you to miss the opportunity of getting some rolls before that time. So here's the list of weapons leaving the loot pool on June the 4th. All right, so Trials of Osiris, Unexpected Resurgence Glaive, out of rotation. Oh no. Cataphract, last week, April the 23rd. Damn. Well, I mean, most of us are probably just gonna get, man, I just blanked right now. What's the grenade launcher? We're Edge Transit. How can I forget? Yeah, I think most of us are probably just going to go for Edge Transit. But yeah, Cataphract, it is Strand. So, and there's some benefits to that. Messenger, also on its way out. I'm pleased to let you all know that I've actually reobtained the God roll that you bastards made me delete. Igneous Hammer, hand cannon, last week, May the 21st. I would definitely put that on your calendar, fellas. Igneous is a phenomenal hand cannon, and it will probably continue to be phenomenal unless Bungie comes there and just destroys 120 at some point. Now, Nightfalls, Braytech Osprey Rocket Launcher, last week, April the 9th. Loaded Question, Fusion Rifle, last week, April the 23rd. Iron Banner, Jorm's Claw, last week, April the 30th. Bite of the Fox, last week, April the 30th. Pressurized Precision Fusion Rifle, last week, also April the 30th. And Swarm of the Raven, last week, April the 30th. Even if the weapons are not dropping any longer, though, you can always focus them on the respective vendors, but remember that the Adept variants of Trials of Osiris and Nightfall weapons can't be obtained or focused unless featured. And regarding what weapons are coming to take their place of these, we'll share more information about that in the future. All right, just so you know, guys, what's rotating out at least. You want to pick those up. Kilts for Kids, Fundraiser returns, and now a message from the Bungie Foundation. Guardians, join us for the 13th annual Kilts for Kids event to help raise critical funds for Ronald McDonald's House Charities of Western Washington and Alaska. Your dedicated Kilted crew is back. Christine, Mark, and Forrest never shy away from donning a kilt and getting in front of a camera to help encourage you all to join the cause. Thank you all of you who've kept this tradition alive, helping us raise over $850,000 to date. That equates to nearly 28,500 nights for families from all over the world to stay at the Ronald McDonald House completely free of charge while they receive medical treatment from Seattle's Children's Hospital. Amazing. That's awesome, man. Between now and Friday, April the 19th, help us achieve our $77,777 goal by heading to RMHC donation page and casting your votes for Team Bungie. Each vote is $10, and every $30 donated will pay for a family to stay at the Ronald McDonald House for one night. In addition to helping kids and families facing illness, we have a great lineup of rewards for you. So for the $10 donation, you'll get the new Kilted Out shader. Oh, wow. Oh! $30 donation, the Kilted Out shader, plus the new Heart of the Highlander emblem. $50 donation, all prizes above, plus this year's annual Kilts for Kids postcard, designed by Bungie artist Amanda and digitally signed by Christine, Mark, and Forrest. It'll be shipped to you after the event ends. $100 donation, all prizes above, plus a digital copy of the year's and unique piece of artwork crafted by Mark Flig himself, and $250, all prizes above, plus a physical print of Mark's exclusive art shipped to you. Very nice. Note, all rewards will be provided by the Bungie Foundation, not RMHC. rewards will not be automatically redeemed as we must receive donor data from RMHC before reward distribution. Expect any rewards you've earned to be sent to your email on or before April the 30th. Only one code for each digital item will be provided per unique individual donor email. Multiple codes of the same item cannot be granted to a donor regardless of the total amount donated. Awesome. All right, now text chat. Beginning with the launch of 7.3.6, in-game text chat has been updated to auto-join players into chat channels by default. Additionally, players will default to automatically joining voice chat when in a fire team or fire team lobby. Players can view and update their settings in-game by navigating to settings and selecting the social tab. Learn more about the language filters used in-game text chat. Click here. Yeah, guys, it will automatically put you in. You can just go back in and take it out if you don't want to talk to anybody. I will always say though, you know, especially for my PC players, like keep text chat on. Like just the ability to see, like if somebody's just giving a call out, like you don't always have to have voice chat on, but you need to see your text chat. That's really, really important, especially if you're like teaming up with people and doing Onslaught and Legend. The critical information can be dropped there. Now, known issue. Onslaught bonus objective UI may overlap player buffs on the side of the screen. In Onslaught, certain enemies may teleport and appear behind the ADU and Vostok. Don't say you don't. We literally just wiped this. Some previous season pass items available in Eververse display incorrect seasonal icons. In Onslaught, players who spend too long with the pyramid ship within the pyramid ship can miss the portal return to the ADU, resulting in them missing the next purchase phase. Now, players who have text chat UI disappear entirely instead of displaying a disabled message. Nothing here about the duplication glitch for our balls that we throw to heal the ADU, which is good. All right. Now, it's a final note here from Bungie, and there you have it, folks. We're going to cut this outro short because we have some brave weapons god rolls to farm. Just remember not to touch anything in the warehouse outside of the Hall of Champions. It might look like chaos, but Eva Levante says she has a system. And let's play some Onslaught Destiny 2 community team. All right, now, for my folks that are watching this on YouTube, the TWAB cut, we probably will cover the Pantheon leaks or what's literally in the database, but we're going to keep it separated from the TWAB, but we'll pin a linked comment down below for you guys, for those that want to check it out. But again, spoilers on that, okay?
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.